it's Jamie and welcome back to another video, and today we are doing something that I am very excited about and I've wanted to share with you guys since we moved into the new house. If you follow me over on Instagram, you'll remember last week I put this photo up on my feed, and ever since I put that photo up I have received so many questions regarding the setup and what it is all about. Although that photo did look really cool, it is actually just a temporary setup and there is a lot more that I want to do with this office. So what I thought would be a really cool idea would be to make it into a YouTube video, show you guys a little bit about the office build and just run you through the basics about what my setup is for editing videos. Don't get me wrong guys, I'm super happy with how this looks as it is, but it's just a little bit untidy. Underneath the desk here, there's a lot of cables everywhere. Nothing is really organized, and there's just a few things that I want to do in order to give it some upgrades. And as I said, we've got a couple of really exciting Amazon parcels here that's really going to help us get this set up looking how we want it. First thing I need to look at guys is cable management and basically making everything look as tidy as possible underneath the desk. As I said, at the minute it just looks really untidy. It's just a bit of a mess to look at, and also when I am sitting under the desk and doing work, they're just like in the way of my feet and it's really annoying having them all as such a mess underneath there. So I've got a few things in here that's really going to help that. The first thing is an extension lead, obviously just very bog standard. The reason I chose this one though is because it has got 4 USB inputs built into the end of it. So these are going to be really handy for us and just mean that I don't have to use a USB plug socket adapter. I've also got a new power cord for the monitor. I'm going to go into a little bit more detail towards the end of the video about what the monitor is, but basically when I bought it, for some reason, although it came from Curry's PC World right here in the UK, it came with a European power cord, which was just really annoying. So at the minute, that's actually running through an EU to UK plug adapter, which is just annoying and ugly and bulky. So we've got a brand new power cord for the monitor as well. And the last thing that we've got for cable management are these cable covers. These just stick onto the wall. All the cables feed inside them, and it's just a much tidier way of covering any cables that we do need to have on show. So what I'm going to do to start off guys is to strip everything out of the way and to have a look at where I want my cables to run and think about the tidiest and neatest way to do so. So I decided to put the extension lead up out of the way and out of sight here, but I didn't want to have to use any screws to do so. So instead, I'm using these command strips, which if you've never used before, I would highly recommend. Obviously I had to cut these ones to length, but all you have to do is peel off the sticky back, put them on whatever item you want, place a piece that's the exact same size on top of these, peel off the sticky back, and then literally push the item onto wherever you want to stick it, take it off, and just make sure that the command strips are nice and secure, and then you are good to go. So that has actually worked really well, and as I said, it's just a lot cleaner that way, and it means that I don't have to worry about getting any nails or screws into the side of that unit in order to hold up the extension lead. So the next thing that I need to do is to get this cable hidden away. That is where the plastic cable covers come into play, because hopefully we're going to be able to get this to kind of go across the wall here and just get it nice and hidden away. So obviously this cable has got a lot of extra length on it. In hindsight, I could have got a shorter one, but it doesn't really matter. As we've got this little void behind the unit here, I'm just going to put the excess down there, and then the plastic will cover it all up from the plug to the unit. That's the extension lead all in guys, and the power cord is all nicely hidden away in the plastic covering. Already it just looks so good, and when I'm sitting here I cannot even see anything under the desk at the minute. The next thing we need to do is the MacBook power cord. I had a bit of an idea for this one to ensure that just the amount of stuff underneath the desk was kept to a minimum. So pause the video just for a second. Basically guys, what I wanted to do here was to try and eliminate the use of the big power block that comes with the MacBook chargers. In order to do this, I ordered some USB to USB-C adapters, which I thought I would be able to plug into my USB-C charging lead and then into the extension lead, and therefore charge my laptop with that. Unfortunately, it turned out that this didn't actually work. My laptop would recognize that there was a charging cable plugged in, but it wouldn't actually charge up the MacBook. I assume there's just not really enough power in the extension lead to actually charge the laptop up, and I guess there's just something in that big battery block that allows the laptop to actually charge. So it was a bit of a bummer, but it wasn't really a big deal in the end. But if you guys do know of any ways that this would actually be possible, please just drop them down in the comment section below, because I'd be really interested just to know. But I thought I would just drop this little bit in the video to let you guys know what happened. Without further ado, let's get back to it. So now we've got my MacBook and my second monitor set up, guys. It's time for the exciting part. The next task is to get some LED lights fixed all the way along the length of the worktop. But as soon as we knew that we were going to have our own creative space in this new house, I knew that I just needed to have some sort of LED lights going around the desk, because I just absolutely love the way they look. So the ones I decided to go for are these Govee Wi-Fi RGB LED strip lights. Don't get me wrong guys, there are a ton of these on the market, and initially I was going to go for the Philips Hue range, which basically are just like the top of the range ones that you can get. I want to give a big shout out to Fabian, because he was actually the one who put me onto these ones, which are literally just as good. The reviews are all very positive, and they are literally less than half of the price of the Philips ones. The Philips ones, off the top of my head, for like 2 meters and a 1 meter extension are like £80. This is a 5 meter length, and this was literally like £20 on Amazon. So it's a no-brainer guys, really good value for money, and literally do the same thing. So it literally just comes on a big reel like this, and then of course we have got the power supply and a little controller, I guess. It also connects to an app on your phone to change all the colors and basically control the lights from there. And the other really exciting thing is, and something that I want to do in here, is connect it up to our Google Home, because that way we can just ask Google to turn on the lights and stuff like that. So it should be really cool. So I'm going to try and move some of this stuff out of the way. I'm going to have to pull the worktop away from the wall a little bit, obviously, to be able to stick them along the back edge. Before I go through the effort of putting them up, I'm just going to check that they work. Ooh. Okay, they work. So along the back of the strip light, guys, there's just a 3M tape which you can just peel off, and it sticks to whatever you want it to. Another really cool thing is you can actually cut the length of it to whatever you like. So I'm going to cut it off now, just so I'm not having to deal with this big bulky thing, and it should be a lot easier to finish this off behind all of Lucy's stuff. Ooh. Okay. Oh. So that is the lights all hooked up, guys. As you can see, they are definitely working. What we need to do now is connect the lights to the app, which is just called Govee Home. I've got it downloaded here, and we're gonna see if we can set this up. Hopefully we can do some stuff. So, okay, so there we go. We can go through all the different colors, change the brightness up and down here. I will have a proper play around with this at some point, but it looks like there's timers you can put on, so you can set it to come on and off. Like a sunset mode, I guess. So there's a load of different settings here. It's really cool. Don't get me wrong, most of the time I'm probably just going to have them on as background lights, but it's really cool to know that you can do all of this stuff. So I'm just going to lay out all of the items that will be on the desk, starting with this large mouse mat that I just picked up from Amazon, my MacBook, which is connected to my second screen via HDMI, and a USB-C adapter which my hard drive also plugs into, and then I've just got this charging dock which charges my iPhone, Apple Watch and AirPods. So everything on top of the desk is looking really clean and organized, and the only thing we now have left to do is to sort out all of the excess cable that we have going on underneath. So at this point I changed my mind and decided to move the location of the extension lead from the unit on the right to the underside of the worktop in the middle. I realized this was a lot more practical and just much more of a central position for all of the cables to come into. So I covered up the cable coming in from the right with another piece of plastic covering, and inside this I also managed to feed my 2 cables for the charging dock, and then I just put another piece of plastic covering going towards the left, which housed all of the cables for the LED lights. In the end, it turned out this was just a much better way to organize everything, because I could also secure all of the excess cables to the underside of the worktop as well. Just like that, guys, we are done with the new setup. Everything is now in its place and working properly, and I've got to be honest with you guys, I am absolutely over the moon with how this is looking now. I've had a little bit of a play around, and the LEDs are now connected up to the Google Home, so I can do stuff like this. Hey Google, turn off the lights. Hey Google, turn on the lights. I absolutely love this. I think it's so cool. Again, just a really cool feature, guys. In regards to underneath the desk, everything is looking really tidy and really organized. As I said, I had a little bit of a change of mind with the position of the extension lead, and I'm so happy that I've now put it in the middle. As I said back at the start of the video, I do just want to quickly give you guys a little bit of a rundown as to what is going on with the setup. Obviously there's not a lot to it, but I do get a lot of questions on Instagram and YouTube. So my primary screen is my MacBook Pro. This is the 2017 version of the MacBook. I've had it for a couple of years now, and oh my gosh, it is literally the best laptop I've ever owned. I've always done my editing on the MacBook as just a single screen, but when we moved into the house and after a little bit of inspiration from a few different desk setups, I realized it would be really cool to have a second monitor to help me with my video editing. I've done a load of research and ended up picking up this one. This is the HP V24i FHD monitor. This one only costs £100, and I got it from Curry's PC World. I literally just wanted a monitor that was good enough for what I needed it for, can handle editing, and wasn't gonna set me back a lot of money. It's really high definition, the picture is really crisp. The monitor did come with its own stand. I didn't want to use that, I wanted to have it up on the wall, make the setup look a lot cleaner without any bulky stands in the way or anything like that. I got this wall mount from Amazon. There is loads that you can buy, and it's just so cool because it gives me a lot of variety in editing. If I want the screen right back, if I want to lean back a bit myself and pull the screen towards me, I can do so. And also for Instagram video editing, I can flip the screen 90 degrees and have that portrait image to make the videos a lot bigger on playback. Over here we have just got the Google Home Mini. I've also got this charging dock. I've got my iPhone, my Apple Watch and my AirPods on there. They all charge at the same time, and it's just a really nice place to have them displayed and organised whilst I'm working at the desk. Apart from that, guys, I realise that there is not a whole lot else going on the desk. To be honest, this is kind of the way I like it. When I sit down to do a load of editing, I don't like to be surrounded by loads of stuff, and anything that does sit out on the desk really is just going to be there to collect dust. This really is the only amenities that I need while sitting here. In regards to other storage for the office, guys, we've just got these 2 sets of Alex drawers. These are from IKEA. This is just a really good place to chuck in any other little bits that I don't want sitting out on the desk. Mainly camera and electronic accessories, and then just other random bits that we don't want to have out in the house. So these are really useful as well. But as far as the desk setup goes, guys, I think that is basically everything that I needed to show you. That is going to be the end of this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this one because I had a lot of fun making it. And if there's any other videos you want to see from me regarding the office specifically, maybe with the setup or video editing or anything like that, just drop it down in the comment section below, guys, and I will do my best to get those out. If you did enjoy the video, guys, please make sure you hit that thumbs up button for me. I'd really appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel, or if you just haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button for new videos every single week, and I will see you in the next one.